Hi everyone, this is the Show Me Tell Me question video for all of the questions inside the car. Now, I have already made videos of specifically the ones when you're driving, but I will be covering those in the car today as well, in this video. But I have made just a solely on that video as well for Show Me Tell Me. If you want to check that out, fine, but I will cover it here. And I have made another video about all of the Show Me Tell Me stuff under the bonnet. But this is the video for the Show Me Tell Me stuff inside this car. All right, so inside. This is an Audi A1. If this is the car that you're driving, bonus, right? So you've got everything as you need. Otherwise, you might want to look up somebody else's video if you've got a different car, right? But this video will help you all, like generically where the stuff is. All right, so good luck. Show Me Tell Me questions coming.
Okay, so kicking off with the head restraint in the car. Your eye level or the top of your ear needs to be pretty much cutting the head restraint in half. It is adjustable with a button on the side of the head restraint, so you can lift it or put it down. If you're particularly small, you can just have the head restraint on the bottom level and that will be fine. Moving on to the power steering. If you try and turn the steering wheel when the engine is off, it will feel very hard to turn. If you turn the engine on, it will be really easy to turn. Okay, so washing the windscreen at the front, you'll need to take it almost looks like an indicator stalk, and you just bring it towards you to draw the water towards you, as you can see from the video. And then if you want the back one, you just take the same sort of indicator stalk looking device and you just push it away. So you push it back towards the car, and as you can see, it's doing the back one here. In my car, you'll need to turn this off, so you'll be able to see me turn it off again. So you just bring it towards at the very end. Like so. If the ABS is functioning properly, the warning light should disappear after you've turned the ignition on. To check if the indicators are working, press the hazard lights. This illuminates all of them at one time, which is way easier to see them all and safer. And you can just walk around the car at the front of the car and then walk around on the pavement side to see if they're working front and back. Okay, so checking if your headlights and tail lights are working. You can get this at the side of the road before you go on your driving test, or you can actually get this when you're driving as well. So you may have to turn this on when you're actually driving about. So the examiner may say to you, how do you know if your headlights and tail lights are working? In my car, you just press the button and you have to look at the dashboard to see that it changes from auto to dipped headlights. So you see it come on to dipped headlights. And then if you're at the side of the road and you've got that question, you would say to the examiner, at this point, I would walk around the car to see if my headlights and tail lights are working. If you get this one when you're driving, you're going to need to drive safely, check to see if you can actually interact with the buttons safely without wobbling all over the place. And then you press the button that you can see in this video to make sure that it says dipped headlights on the dashboard. And then that's the answer of that moving question done. Okay, so if the examiner asks you to put on the rear fog light, you have to put on your normal lights first, so your headlights and tail lights, so your dipped headlights. So you have to have your normal lights on first, so you can then add lights to it. Okay, so you put your headlights and tail lights on, and then you press your, in this case, rear fog light, and that's the answer to it. Some cars you'll be able to see it come up on the dashboard that you've got it on, and then others you'll be able to see that it's just the button has illuminated. You have to know and you have to tell the examiner that you can't use these lights unless you can't see further than 100 meters because they're very powerful lights and they can dazzle other people. Okay, so putting your headlights and tail lights to full beam. So you put your headlights and tail lights on first, you dipped headlights, and then you add lights. So you push forward on your indicator stalk to see the blue, powerful full beam light come up on your dashboard as a warning, because it is really powerful. You don't want to have that on if people are coming towards you. And then you bring it towards you to take it off again, and you'll see the light disappear on the dashboard. If the examiner wants to know if your brake lights are working, he will go and have a look. So put the ignition on, press on the brakes, and he will go outside and check them. However, if you're on your own, you'll need to use your mirror, reverse to something reflective, and have a look at the mirror to see if your brake lights are working. If you get the question about the brakes and if they're functioning correctly, the only way that you can know that is by pulling the car forward and testing them. So this is a tell me question. You would explain this to the examiner. So you would tell him that you would pull the car forward and you would test your brakes. The car should stop in a straight line and promptly. It shouldn't pull to one side when you press the brakes, because that means that some brakes are working better than the others. And the pedal itself shouldn't feel slack and it shouldn't feel spongy when you press it. So should stop in a straight line promptly with no pulling to the left and the right. To know whether the handbrake is in good working order, you need to do a full demonstration. Put your foot brake on, take the handbrake off just as you normally would. And then once you put it on again, you're then going to tug it to make sure it doesn't go past 45 degrees. So tyre pressures can be found in the manual, normally in the glove compartment of course, or there is a convenient sticker on the inside of the door, so you can just have a look at that and use the pressure gauge at either a petrol station or one that you've got yourself. It is illegal not to have 1.6 millimeters of tyre tread depth. You need to know that a tyre tread depth gauge exists, so here I am using one. And the centre 3/4 of your tyre must be 1.6 and there must be visible tread on the outer circumference. Make sure if you get the horn functioning question that you look around and make sure you're not going to scare the living daylights out of anyone when you use it, and press the horn wherever the location of the horn is in your car. Sometimes it's not obviously in the centre of the wheel, sometimes it's on the side on the indicator. So yeah, have a look to make sure you know where it is and sound the horn to make sure it's working when you get that question. The examiner asks you to open and close your window. It should be your window. Just open it slightly and then close it. You don't have to open it all the way, just a little bit up and down will be fine. When you're driving, you may be asked to demist the front windscreen. Make sure that the air is directed at the front windscreen first. Then put the air on fully hot and then put the fan on fully to full blast, and that will demist everything nice and quickly. You may need to turn it off again because it might get very hot in the car. All right. If he wants you to demist the back windscreen, just locate the button and press it. Make sure it illuminates.
All right, guys. So I really hope all that information helps. And if you've got an Audi A1, then clearly this is going to be extremely useful for you. Otherwise, if you have got a different car, then obviously just similar areas, similar things, right? You're just going to have to find it in your own car. You're going to get 2 of those questions, as I've been saying, all right? One when you're moving and one at the side of the road before you begin, all right? Good luck with your test. Really hope that you do a good job and you pass first time.